Hello and welcome to Wildlife Cam. A slightly shorter video than normal, although it did pick up a little bit towards the end. There were a few reasons for that. The first was that on Thursday and Friday we had quite a lot of rain again, about 38 millimeters, which was very welcome. But it's been cold and overcast ever since then, so we haven't had a lot of animals at the waterhole or at the pond. And also had a few annoying camera issues. The 50-meter underground cable going down to the waterhole had a fault, and so that needed to be replaced. But before I could fix that, we then had a lot of lightning which messed up my router, so there was a fair amount of driving around to various towns to get all the bits and pieces necessary to get it all going again. Then had another issue with the camera, which was related to when the hyenas chewed the Ethernet connector a few weeks ago, or a few months ago. So in the end I decided to move the pond camera back into the firing line at the waterhole and move the waterhole camera and give it a bit of semi-retirement at the pond where it can look at some birds, because it's had a hard time out there lately and is looking a little bit worse for wear, but everything's back to normal now. We did have a few birds coming for a swim. It was quite humid on a couple of days, even though it wasn't very hot. And a little bit more action at the trail camera than I have been getting lately, with these kudus, and then we had some zebra and a large spotted genet. I think this is a male. They're normally a more dark grey colour and the females are slightly browner, and it's in very good condition. And a few creatures emerged after the rain. This one was a pretty big centipede. And the baby impalas have been later and more staggered than normal. Usually there's one or two early ones, but then once they start, before you know it, there's baby impalas everywhere, but it hasn't quite worked out like that this year. This is the trio of bulls that had been causing so many problems back when it was so dry. But since the rains, they haven't been breaking, as far as I know, they haven't been breaking into anybody's properties and destroying their fences and trees and things. And it looks like some males have arrived from a neighboring property. There ended up being 3 of them, but you can see that lioness, she wasn't hanging around. They don't like strangers very much. And then in, I think, the early hours of the morning, the 3 males killed this baby giraffe, which is quite sad. I'm sure that was the one we had on camera at the start of the week. We don't have that many baby giraffe around, so I wouldn't have stood much of a chance against 3 males. And here was the third male. He'd obviously already eaten quite a lot. Thanks for watching.